That's the cops. Alright guys, we are almost done with this thing. I did I did a couple things off camera. I've got the throttle on and the brake and all the cables. You know, ran the throttle around the back. I've got the brake connected. What else did I do? Oh yeah, I put the tank on and I ran the fuel line. I mean, I did all this stuff off camera because I thought it'd be kind of boring. Put some of this cable stuff on here so it doesn't chafe. Everything's looking pretty good. I wired the kill switch, this is still, I don't know why this doesn't clamp on here very good, but we'll figure it out. I don't really like this throttle I got. I might end up getting a different one, but there we go. Grips are on. I even put a cell phone mount on this thing so we can see how fast it goes. But this video, I think this should be the last one before we drive it. I'm going to be making a seat. So what I have here, I got a piece of plywood, and I've got some old leather off a couch. That's the part's not the leather part there. See, leather, brown leather, like I've used on a bunch of my other stuff. And over here, I have a bunch of pad that are from cushions and stuff that I've saved over the years. This is pretty much it. So what I'll do is I'll cut out the seat. I made a shape, put some nice curves on the front. I figured out a nice size I wanted. I am going to keep, I said I was going to cut it off, and I'm going to leave this here because I think it'd be neat to mount something here, like a light or something in the future, or license plate, or I don't know. I'm going to leave it unless it digs into my ass too much. Oh, it's been 2 minutes. I can say ass. So yeah, I got T-nuts. You've never seen these before. You drill a hole through the wood, and then you can either hammer them or twist the nut in and crush them in or whatever. These will mount from the bottom of the bike up. And then we'll either glue or staple, whatever works, some pad onto the wood. And then we will upholster it with this leather and mount it up. There's 4 holes. We're going to try to use the original holes. And I think it'll be sweet. So I'm going to, I'm going to get my little saw out here. I'm going to cut this up. And then I'm going to paint the bottom side black. Sand it up real nice. And then we'll start putting the pad and the leather on. All right, so let's get into it. Alright, just ignore all the background stuff. I know I got a lot of stuff in this little shop. But I've got the board. Now, you watched me cut it, and I sanded it. And I'm putting the smooth side down. I've got it pretty well centered. You know, I clamped it in place. I already said that. It's clamped. Say it a third time. So now I'm just going to take a Sharpie. And I'm going to trace out these 4 holes, and hopefully with a little bit of accuracy I'll be able to get these holes drilled out nice enough to where the seat will bolt right on without much of a headache. There, that one by the muffler is a little hard. So, take it off. You can see we've got 4 marks. That one's a little, I don't know. It'll be fine. Let's back you up here. What are you looking at? Are you looking at what I'm doing? No. Okay. So, I've got the old step drill bit out. I'm going to get these pretty close, and then right here I've already taken my little gauge and plugged these guys into it to see what size. A 3/8 hole is just about perfect. So let's see if we can do 3/8 holes pretty accurately. There's 3/8 on here. I just don't trust it. It's I don't know. We'll do pilot holes and then I'll finish it off with a drill bit. Clean these up with a step bit. OSB is hard to drill a nice clean hole. Ideally, I'd like to use plywood, but I don't have any. So, it's one cool thing about a step bit. It's got the next size, kind of like a chamfer bit. So now, this side is going to be down. So we'll get our 4, 2, 3, 4. These guys. Now when you install these, you want these on the inside. This is going to be the bottom, which in a minute I'll paint it. So let me get a hammer, because I'm a maniac. We'll just hammer these in. That's what you got. A nice clean mounting hole. So let's test it. So you see what I'm doing? Okay, now we're going to test them. Make sure that I put all these holes in the correct spot. All right, I've got all the bolts started. They all went in really easy. Can you see? 1, 2, 3, 4. I've got a little wiggle room. This is going to be awesome. So I'm going to take it off and I'm going to paint it and then let it dry. And then we'll start doing the upholstery. Got this, it'll be brown. It's going to be cool. One and done. What do you think of my makeshift table, you know? Just on a bunch of mini bikes, you know? That's how you do it. All right, we'll let this dry. Oh, okay. All right, the paint's dried. So I took a Sharpie and I traced out a piece of the carpet pad. The reason why I use this carpet pad, I've done a few seats before, and if you just use the foam, I've got this foam like out of a couch cushion or whatever, it'll crush down, and the seat actually kind of feels hard. You know, like you'll hit the hard bottom of the seat. So if you use this denser carpet pad, it kind of gives you that, I don't know, it's like a little extra cushion at the bottom, so you don't feel like you're just bottoming out on the wood, you know, especially when you're like really ripping on a mini bike. You kind of want, you know, as much cushion as possible without being too squishy. I got a couple other ones I made that I might end up redoing because, you know, it took me a long time of making seats. And maybe I'll show you a couple of the seats I've made, and we'll discuss some of the pros and cons of these seats, and, you know, things I've done in the past that I would have liked to have done differently. So once I get this cut out, we're going to cut out a piece of the couch cushion foam. Sorry I'm sniffling all in this video. It's allergy season. So this will go here. Alright, now we're going to do the same thing with the couch cushion. So there's a nice square edge here. We'll use this edge. And, you know, you can go buy foam, but I've always been kind of a fan of recycling whenever you can. Trying to use what you have on hand. Just whatever's cheap. You know, this all came from, I don't know if I said earlier, a friend of mine had an old leather couch, and it wasn't really that bad a shape. He just didn't want it anymore. So he had it out. It was going to go to the dump, and I was like, "Hey, can I harvest all the material off of it before I take it to the dump?" He's like, "Heck yeah!" So I ended up carving all of this stuff, getting all the cushion material, and getting all this leather that I have. Where's my chunk of leather at, anyways? All this stuff, you know, this is okay. Yeah, it's a cheap source of real leather. You know, I mean, it's kind of beat up. It's got some cat scratches in it, but I mean, once it's on a mini bike for a while, you know, they all look like that anyway. So, you know, I'm doing a budget build on this. So I found this knife. I don't know, it's like a Bowie knife, but it works really good for cutting this foam. You see that? Works pretty slick. So I'll do like I did with the wood. You just kind of cut a square and then round off the ends. This doesn't have to be exact either because it's going to be all squished with the material you're using, whether you're using like a naga hide or, you know, used couch material like me. It's gonna affect that. It changes the shape. This thing won't be square, even though I'm gonna make a square. That makes sense? Am I talking too much? This old cushion grossing you out? Alright. Alright. Get out of here. So, I have this other foam I was using before. It's a sound deadening. Previously I was a musician. Had a band, you know, my late teens, early 20s, but it kind of fell apart, so I don't really do that kind of stuff professionally anymore. But we had some of this stuff, a whole bunch of this stuff lying around, and I made a bunch of seats out of it actually years ago. But we used it all up, so now I've gone to, recycling couches. I'm going to put a little bevel on this. This is from experience. This helps. Doesn't have to be perfect. Nothing I do is perfect. It already has a bevel. There we go. I made a little bit of trash here. Let me throw this away. And let me see. Now we could do a couple of different ways of attaching this. I think what I'm going to end up doing is I'm just going to staple this onto here with a stapler. What the heck? This thing's got like dirt in it. That's weird. Whatever. Put a couple in the middle. That's obnoxious. Obnoxious. Why is there so much dirt in this thing? I got this for virtually for free. I guess it was for free. I bought a truck. This was inside of it. Oh well. If I don't like this, I do have my carpet upholstery tacker, because I do carpet. You probably know that's where the carpet pad came from. All right. So now I think what I'm going to do, because I can't staple this onto here, I think I'm just going to use this contact cement and put some of this on there, and this will glue the two pads together. So I just got a chemical brush, nothing fancy. Get these at the dollar store, if you didn't know. Dollar Tree or whatever you got. $1.25 store, I think it's called now. I should call it now. Jerks. Definitely want to do this in a well-ventilated area. I'm in the shop. This place is like Swiss cheese. So, all right, we're going to let this dry. And like I said, I'm going to show you some of the other seats I've made over the years. And I'll talk about some of the pros and cons of these seats I've made. All right. Okay. I can't get the neighbor dog to shut up because he doesn't listen. But, okay, here are 3 seats. 4 actually, that I've redone. Some of them I made completely. Like this one I made completely. And this is what I'm talking about. This one I didn't add the carpet pad underneath. So when you sit on it, it just boom, it hits the bottom. And I should have learned, because I did this a long time ago, and I just put couch cushion inside this. I reused the whatever, the cover, and I put a new board under it, and I redid the foam inside. And when you sit on this one, man, you just go boom right to the bottom. And this is another one I made a long time ago, and this one is only made out of carpet pad, and it's super firm. It's like riding a 2x4. So I might redo that one in the future too. But this is the one that I've done a few years ago, and I did that, like I said, I used a little bit of foam and carpet pad, and this one's really nice. There's like, you don't hit the bottom, it gets progressively firmer. So I don't know, I think I would have learned after doing a few of these that I'd how to do this, but I think I'm finally getting the hang of it. This one comes off anyways. So I might end up redoing this, because I got to pull the material off, because I want to put those T-nuts in it, because I just screwed this one down with like regular screws. Can't even tell. Little regular screw. No, it didn't work. It doesn't work. All right, let's let the glue dry, and we'll continue the seat we're making. Right, Penny? What do you think, Penny Kitty? Huh? Yeah? You like that one best? Yeah. Okay, so these things, I end up having to do a couple more coats of the contact cement. I don't know if I said that before. I'm using contact cement. So now we should be able to, since this is dried enough, stick these. Huh? Not bad. Somehow it grew though. Well, the contact cement made it grow. Can we trim it still while it's on the machine? Usually I use spray adhesive, but this is what I got right now. Some contact cement. It'll be fine. Just do a little scissoring. Again. Busy process. Okay. So I'm going to grew like a ½ inch or so. Now, let's try to do some upholstery. I've never been really good at this, but it always seems to work out. You know? Boom. So what I do usually is I kind of do a X, cross pattern, give it a little compress. Now I'm going to use this guy this time if it'll work. Ooh, kind of. I don't know. I might use something else. Back to compression. Yeah, this is not working like I thought. So, I don't know. This is weird. Yeah, they're not going in. So, I'm going to do like I thought I was going to end up doing. Get out my carpet tacker. These things I got on eBay. My other one got stolen. I bought this for like $70. But I mean, if you want, you can use a regular stapler like this one. You just might have to hammer every one of them in. But this one, yeah, see it? It does really good. I didn't get this very close to the edge though. Pull these ones out. Oh, I'll do it later. So then, like I said, we do a cross. So we'll do a couple here. Push this one down. You see what I'm doing? Can you see what I'm doing? Even this thing doesn't exactly sink them. Let me get a hammer. Alright, and now we can trim it with a pair of scissors.
Oh, come on. I didn't do anything else, just spun around in a circle. A pair of scissors is definitely recommended for this. I'm trying to save some of this leather. You can cut it a little closer. A little farther away. It's a little easier, but I try to save materials when I can. I'm kind of going with just a straight line here. Just a preliminary trim.
Here. Kind of looks like I don't know, like a pillow. Now you've got the centers done, and you might end up pulling some of these out, which I usually end up pulling out a couple. Back to my knife again. Get these ones out I don't like. Like that T50. Don't like that guy. So you got all the corners pretty well done. See, this one's got like a whole bunch I don't like. Pull all these out. Oh, yeah, these upholstery ones are hard to get out. Hold on. Okay. Got a little visitor. Give me a present. get some of these center ones down again in the right spot. So you kind of have like an X. So now what I like to do is come and do these corners. So you just do like, stretch one corner, put one in. Do this corner. One. Do that all the way around. And you have that. Kind of looks like crap. So now, on these bigger corners, like the bigger rounded corners, you have to do a wrinkle. So you just have to make a decision what you want to, what you're okay with. So you can do them on the, like that, out or in, just whatever you like better, you know. I think I'm gonna like going in better. The trick to this is, I mean, it's always gonna look like homemade, but if you do it consistent, it'll make it look better, you know. So as long as you don't change up in the middle what you're doing, you know. So now that I've done it in, I have to do that all the way around. Keep the theme going, you know. So, yeah, see how I'm saying? You got to pull. Sometimes you got to pull them. See, this is a little loose right here. So we'll pull a couple of these. It's not dangerous. Careful. Don't hurt yourself. Point that away from you. Like I say, force your tongue like thumbs, something like that. Oops. That is all now. Oh, I'm getting here. Yep. The fewer the better at first, until you get the shape going really good. Because see, I'm pulling out of all of these because I got a wrinkle that I don't like. Well, we'll pull it tight, restaple it. You might have to do this a couple more times too, you know. I'm out of bullets. Hold on, give me a second. Okay. You wonder what these are? These are carpet staples for, you know, people who lay carpet for steps and stuff like that. They're 9/16 long, 3/16 wide, diversion tip. So they're angled, so one goes one way and one goes the other. Just what I have. You may have something else. Maybe you have a little air stapler or something. I've always used this in the past, and it works pretty good. And that's the look we're going to go for. So I'm just going to continue around and just keep going. So we might have a little bit of, you know, might speed the footage up here. So here we go. There we go. So I did have to pull out another row because I didn't like it. I just didn't like the way it looked, so I pulled out another row. So I'm going to go through and trim. And a lot of times I like to use a utility knife here. If you don't feel comfortable, like I've said before, with a knife like this, let's go ahead and use some scissors, whatever you feel comfortable with. Okay, trimmed up, so we'll go back around again with the stapler and maybe even trim off some of these flaps, just because they'll make, make it not flat, on the surface it's sitting on. Ideally, I guess you want it as close to the staples as possible. I don't know. The rest of them seem okay. We'll just go back around again and reinforce. See these ones here? We got a little wrinkle. We'll peel these out of here. This knife's turned out to be pretty useful. Man, it's hot in here today. Come on, let go. Give me. There we go. All right, we'll go back around like I said. There we go. One seat. It's weird how all that cushioning squished down to something like that. Okay. There it is. That's what it looks like. It's like a little square leather pillow. I'm up on top of the table right now. It's kind of a weird angle for the shop. So I think it's time this thing finally to get off the bench and onto the ground. Yeah, we're there. So let me get down and let's look at this thing on the ground. It started raining. It's great. But here it is, man. Off of the table. Don't mind my shop still pigged out. I don't know. Not super happy with the seat. I didn't realize the gas tank was on a downhill, but when you sit on it, it levels out. I don't know. I think it's all right. I think we're ready for a test drive now. I don't know. It's pretty cool. One thing it sucks is I'm sitting here. I was trying to tighten this handlebar riser down, and these things move now. I can't do it with one hand, but I'm gonna have to go on like Amazon and get some new handlebar risers because this bolt stripped. I don't think I can fix it because it's aluminum, but I found some on Amazon for like 15 bucks. Pretty cool. Well, here it is outside in the sunshine. The neighbor dog barking. I think it turned out pretty sweet. I don't know about the seat. I mean, I don't know. It'll work. It is a seat. Pretty sweet though. Alright. This is it. Next video we're gonna test drive this thing. Like I said earlier, the handlebars are not staying. So I bought some handlebar clamps or risers, whatever you call them, on Amazon. But I got an idea to temporarily hold these in place so we can take it for a test drive. All right, you guys, thanks for watching, liking, subscribing. Take it easy. Oh. Yeah, it's a little ghetto. Whatever.